Hey guys, welcome to Young and Professional with your girl Phoebes. So this week we're chatting to a dear friend of mine, an old school mate of mine. She is a physiotherapist. There'll be plenty of physios, plenty stories that will all be different. But today we'll be talking to Zainab. Woohoo!
Hi, Bree.
Hi. How are you, Zainab?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thank you so much for pulling through,
It's
firstly.
an absolute pleasure.
Cool. So, who are you? Let's just get right into it.
Oh, God, that is a loaded question you asked.
You can literally answer it any way you want to. It's,
well, I would think I should start from a mom. I think that's the top job. Hey,
I would. Shout
um,
out to the moms,
yeah,
firstly.
I'm a mom and I'm a physiotherapist in private practice in Johannesburg and Bryanston.
Nice.
Um, if you want to know something more specific, I guess you can ask me.
Okay, so let's probably just take it a couple of steps back. When did you first have an idea of what a career was or profession was, and like in general, and then what did you think you would be at that point?
You want to know when I thought what a career was, or when I thought what physio was?
Any a career where you heard like
A
when some
career.
your first question of what do you want to be when you're
That's
older?
that's taking a lot of steps back. So I grew up in a very so my family has like there's a lot of people like everyone loves to study. So um I think from a very early age I understood the concept of working and that there are different careers in different fields.
Mm.
So yeah, from a very early age I understood that. Physio was a bit later on. The concept, like what physio was and things, that was much later on.
Later on when?
Um, um, okay, so I knew about what careers were from a very young age. And then um, like in school, I enjoyed science, biology, when I was like life sciences when we were in school. I don't know if it's still life sciences.
I don't know what it's
um,
called now, no.
and yeah, and then I think when I was in grade 10, I had a family member who was really unwell,
Yeah.
in ICU for like 6 weeks flat. Um, had abdominal artery thrombosis, so was pretty much in an induced coma for quite a bit.
Sure.
So as you can imagine, once he was weaned off the ventilator and stuff, uh, physio became quite an obvious necessity. So like I was very young. I obviously didn't know what was going on in the hospital when he was there. And then when it got to a point where we were talking to him and he would tell us about his day and stuff, and I found out what physio was, and I found it very interesting. And then I knew I wanted to go into healthcare in matric, so I did shadowing. It was at a hospital, and I was lucky enough to shadow a few people. So I did a theater nurse. That was nice. I got to go into surgeries and into the theater and things.
Nice.
So that was nice. I did shadowed OT,
Oh.
and the physio. And out of all of it, physio spoke to
How? What was the one special thing that stood out the most with physio compared to the theatre nurse and OT?
me. So physio, there was a lot of variety.
Yes.
I'm sure, as you know, I mean, you're at Paris, so you know,
Yeah.
um, we never do one thing
Yeah.
in the day. Like even if you have a special interest in something, it's never boring. I like to think of physio as like a lovely job for people with ADHD. Like people, like,
Yes. Yes.
like you're never bored.
Yeah.
So even if you enjoy something in particular, you never know. Like especially in private practice, you never know what's going to walk through your rooms, and you have to always know your stuff.
Mm.
Like even if you have a general idea, like even like you have. I like to think of it like you have to know what you don't know.
Yeah, you're so right.
So
And it's
if you
exciting
are
every
needing
day.
to research something, you need to know what to type
Mm.
into the search bar. kind of thing.
Mm.
So I enjoy that. I enjoy the lack of monotony. I find that with I found with OT that once you get into your niche, that's pretty much all you're doing.
Mm.
And the nurses' jobs, like I have so much respect for nurses.
I know they
I
are the
could never do what
strongest.
they do. I
The
could
hours,
never.
the amount of work they
Could
take,
never.
it's, yeah, they are the pillar of health, to be honest with you.
I know. I know. If like I mean, like so in at that point I only saw ICU, right? But like once we started doing our blocks and I understood what the nurses do every day for.
You can carry on. Sorry. So yes, it's at the blocks.
What was the last thing that you said?
Yeah, it was at the blocks where you realize the importance of nursing staff.
Oh yeah. So at our blocks, and I saw what the nurses did every day in and out, and that was just not something I saw myself doing.
Mm.
And it was a real calling.
Mm.
I suppose physio could be a calling as well.
I think
I mean, I
definitely.
don't find it like particularly icky or anything, but I think maybe other people would find it. I mean, touch people all day and take up beat them and do all sorts of things. But
Okay, that's the ugly part.
But
So we're not
like,
gonna tell people.
yeah, we are going to talk to people about that. But like, yeah, I don't see myself as a nurse. It's not something I can see myself doing.
Okay. Next question. So I know you trained at UKZN. We trained together at Westville campus. So what was like? I know the one thing that really shocked me was the interview part. Like I didn't understand. Like, what do you mean my marks aren't good enough? Were you aware of that whole selection process of the degree, how to apply, that whole process of choosing first choice, second choice, and the implications of that?
So I'm not gonna lie, I was really blessed with my mom who had a really good understanding of how to do the whole application. So yeah, I knew that we had to apply like on that form and whatever.
Okay.
I understood that like first choice was the first. Like I understood that if physio wasn't your first choice, don't even put it on the sheet.
All right. Cool.
I was shocked. I was surprised about the interview. I wasn't expecting that. Like I think we received letters, didn't we?
Yes. It was like that second round or something like that. But I don't think they do it anymore.
Was it like a provisional acceptance or something? And we had to go through the interview?
I'm not even sure why or how, but I remember there was definitely an interview process after they had done some part of selection. But I think since 2018, I may be corrected, they're not longer doing interviews.
I think that's a shame.
I know, it was, and I think every health aspect should have interviews.
But I really see the value in it. Like,
yes.
I don't think that every smart person is meant to be in healthcare.
And that's what I'm saying. Every aspect of health needs to have the interview process 100%. Where your heart is seen, you know, before you even get into the field studying. Yeah. Let alone working, because when you're in interviews for working, I'm a hard worker. I am always helpful. I never complain, you know. But when you're still young and in a raw interview like that, you can see if your heart is into health, because your guys know it's difficult.
Yeah, like I didn't get it at the time, but I think every single discipline should have that.
Definitely.
Because I think every discipline requires a certain personality, and I think like we in it, so we can see that. You know, like if someone has to walk in. Like, I mean, you know a dietitian when you see a dietitian.
Yes.
Or you know an OT, or you know a physio, or
yes.
a doctor. Like, everyone has that similar kind of aspect to their personality.
Yes.
And I think that if faculty pick on marks alone, like, I mean, you could get someone that's getting the best of the best marks. They put physio as their first option, but they don't have
the personality,
any sort of empathy in them. You know, or like like personality. Like, you need a physio boy.
Yeah.
Remember when they were teaching us physio? And like the way they taught us, they knew that we all had it.
Yeah.
And I think they knew it because like we went through the interview process and they got to know us. But at the same time, you get professions that don't require those things, and sometimes I feel like without that interview process, people slip through the cracks.
I think so too. Bring back the interviews, please, and every other profession and varsity intake. Think about it.
Yeah.
Or perhaps a research question. Do interviews pre-degree matters? I don't know. Something like that. Okay, moving on.
Okay, so you actually seeing do you see students there?
Pardon?
You see students at that, okay?
I can't hear you, Zainab, sorry.
Students. Do you see students?
Yes. We do students, yes. Student supervision, yes.
Yeah. I'm sure you see a difference in, like...
I mean, for me, I just also assume maybe difference. I mean, I was in Natal. This is Gauteng. So I think there's also a whole different, I don't know, vibe.
Well, I mean, it's a different university.
So that's my thing. So I can't compare, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different vibe for me. I learned a lot.
So, no, I mean, apart from all of that, I know what you're talking about, apart from all of that.
But I mean, it's across health entirely. Like, there's not much heart as much as before. But I don't know if that's because of that or other factors. So I don't want to get into this. I could bring in another factor, but I don't know if that's going to be controversial or not. Okay, what is the other factor, you think?
The Gen Z aspect of it all. Like, I worked, so part of my journey in my career, right, was I did a stint in corporate as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Gen Z personalities are so different to us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, when we trained, right, I felt like we were just failures, you know, like like everything we did revolved around it. It became it became my whole personality.
Definitely, because you would exercise because of physio. You know, I played squash because of physio.
Like, I got fit. Like, I'm not where I need to be now. I'm like 1.5 years postpartum. Like,
But at that time, most of us in the class are fit. You know, at that time.
We were fit as hell. We could lift. We could do everything. We were.
Yeah.
And apart from that, like, it became like our whole lives revolved around it, and they they drilled it into us. Where you treat people the way you want your family treated, and the way you want yourself treated. And I feel like, I don't know if that was, I think it's a good thing to teach healthcare professionals that. But I mean, we go above and beyond in every aspect, whether it's the actual treatment or the setup or the cleanup. And, you know, like, we help the nurses and all those things. And I feel like with Gen Z, it's very compartmentalized. Like, when you are at work, you are at work. When you're at home, you are at home. There's not really much overlap, and in a sense, it's a good thing, right? Like, how many of us suffer with burnout and mental health problems? Like, I mean, if you go find me a healthcare worker that has no mental health problems, I will pay you money.
Yeah.
But, like, at the same time, does it lessen the quality of the work that's given?
Sure, that is a loaded question. Yeah.
Yeah. As I said, I don't know if it'll be controversial or not. Because I think there are so many healthy aspects to the Gen Z culture, but I also think there are like a lot. I mean, okay, so in corporate, I know that in other parts of the world it's different, where corporate catches on to the whole Gen Z culture of it all. In South Africa, they don't. And it's also very much seen as you don't have the work ethic.
You're lazy. You're not going to give 100%. Yeah.
100%, yeah. Because they don't want 100%. People want more than 100%.
But also, even 100% alone, no one can keep 100% on a daily basis, guys. Let's just be honest. We have things outside of just work. But that is a conversation for another day with a therapist or psychologist, because I don't know what I'm talking about, child. Okay?
I also don't know.
But that's actually very interesting. Just food for the mind. Yeah. So I'm going to move on. Let me go back and say, first year, what was your expectation? So maybe what was your favorite module and maybe your least favorite module and why?
First year, I don't know. I had no expectations for university, really. I took it as it came. And physio was hard. Like, I mean, I had lots of friends that were doing other completely different courses.
Mm.
And none of them were as intense as what we did. Like, I mean, I also had friends in pharmacy and things, right? Which is meant to be a lot harder, but I felt like our course was a lot more demanding.
Definitely.
You know?
We were never at the quad.
Never.
Unless we were skipping class.
Yeah. But like, I felt like it was nice. Our first year was nice in the sense that we had a lot of structure. Where we didn't get to choose timetables. We were told like, this is your day. You need to be here, and it was jam packed.
Literally the whole day.
You know? Yeah. So I think first year I went in with no expectations, but it was also nice because I just embraced it as it came. My favorite module, I don't know. Like, I think first year I was still like figuring out stuff, so I enjoyed the physio module. So like Heini we did in first year. Remember? And I also still liked that we did like bio and stuff. My least favorite was physics, that 102.
That 102.
Whatever. Oh my God.
No, that was a fun time, guys. I remember going to the board, the first physics test we wrote, literally in first semester, and I was so psyched because I got such a great mark in physics in high school, and I was like 27%. What do you mean?
But how inadequate do you feel like when
I was like, what do you mean?
Get to university and they do all 3 years syllabus?
Yeah.
Right? Not like a recap.
And I was on holiday just now, honestly.
Physics syllabus in 1 week. And then after that, you're expected to know all these new things. And you're like, what is happening?
Okay, but I did pass it at the end, guys. Don't worry. Without AI. Yes, without AI even, guys. No, we're smart.
Oh my God, bro.
We are so smart.
AI could be a whole different show. Like, I only discovered AI this year.
I don't even want to try it.
No, like, because I needed it for, like, work and stuff, right? Because I opened practice, and everyone was like, just go on ChatGPT. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh, my word.
And I went on ChatGPT, and they were like, yeah, just ask a question, because it scours the internet, and it'll give you, like, actual feedback. If you want references, it'll give you references.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean?
Sure.
And then I went on it, and I was like, oh my God, do people not use brains anymore? Like, do they not need to think anymore?
I don't want to not think, guys. That's scary for me.
It's scary. No,
that's super scary for me. But that's another chat for another day. I think
yeah,
more importantly,
that can be a whole
nother like 3 parts. I want to really know about your practice. So tell me about your practice, name, location, working times, and the basically your business profile.
Okay, so I'm based in Johannesburg, as I told you. I'm in Bryanston, which to my knowledge is the Northwest. Bear in mind, I moved to Johannesburg in January, so I'm still learning.
She's a Devonite.
But yeah, so I'm in Bryanston. I'm based at the Health Park. It's in the Hampton Office Park.
Hampton Office Park?
Convenient. Yeah, it's quite convenient off the freeway. And yeah, so I'm pretty much a general, and my practice is very general. I'm someone that likes to deal with pain management. I do a lot of I like orthopedics and pediatrics, especially pediatrics and women's health.
Nice.
I think women's health I got into obviously after my kids. Peds I've always loved. From university, I've always loved peds. All the way through right up until now, especially after having my own kids. And yeah, pain management is something I've always just had an interest in,
Mm,
because it's so just understanding how pain works in the body is
mm,
just I just find it like I can just read about it all the time. Like
mm.
I love it. Like the whole psychosocial model
It's
of
more
pain.
than
I
just
love all of
ouch.
that.
Yeah, it's more than just ouch.
Exactly.
It's your
Love it.
yeah. It is, and that's the great part about physio. It is it's like so diverse. Like you do
Oh,
literally
100%.
everything and
Yeah.
anything. Um, it's I think it's one of the best careers to be in, especially if it's something that you are driven by passion and helping people. Um,
Yeah.
it's there's every physio has an amazing story daily on a daily
Oh my
about
God,
their
yeah.
work. But for every good, I know sometimes we do go through rough times as physios. So I'm going to start with your pit of the week.
Hmm. My best one this week.
Let's do pits first.
Oh. Um. Admin.
Same
Easy.
again. Same, mummy. Yo,
Yeah,
guys.
even if you have a case that you don't really understand, it's like nice to actually go and read about it and you learn something, and it's not really a bad thing anymore.
Mm,
Um, but I mean, admin, bro.
admin. Admin is the
Yeah.
worst. I feel like I need a
Mm.
personal assistant to follow me to even just write my
I
notes.
know, right? Even
Like,
like soap notes.
yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, first and foremost. Then I need someone to do I need a statistician to do my stats, my monthly stats. Okay?
Oh my God, I forgot that about government. Yes, yes, it is that.
Guys, you.
Oh, that's like billing for us, I suppose.
Yes, I would think so.
Yeah.
I'm not an owner, but like, that's why I also
No.
avoid to open up my own practice because that's something I also don't want to deal with. I just want to see my patient, make them happy, go home, and we done.
Yeah. And if that's what you love to do, then I mean, you're in the perfect place for that.
It's just the admin that shucks. Okay, and
And you know
then
what? Wherever you are, there's admin.
true, true, because you're also complaining about admin. So, what
Yeah.
is your peak?
Peak. I have a lovely CVA patient. Um, she unfortunately had a seizure not this week, last week, and I mean, just getting her back to where she was, and like that connection with her, and spending that time with her.
Mm,
Um, so she had pretty much no function in her upper limb on her hemi side.
sure.
Before the seizure, I had gotten that sublux sorted out. We had active movement. After the seizure, we lost it. So
Yeah.
my peak this week was by day 3 of treatment this week. She actually was able to do movement in an anti-gravity plane, but still movement.
Nice.
So I was really happy about that. I also had,
Congrats.
yeah, I also had a patient that thought he had transplants, but
Mm.
yeah, it was just like, that whole thing when you hear hoofbeats, don't think zebras, think horses.
Mhm.
It was literally just overload. um, but yeah, like I think I actually had a good week. I had nice patients. I have to admit.
Well, that's awesome.
Good for you.
So that's it about the serious stuff and about work for this last week. I hope you have an amazing week next week and you carry on doing amazing things and you continue to help others while you are also working and making a living through your passion. We thank you so much for your help. And before we go, what makes you yeah well for me it's music, and I'm going to get the music within these series or your movies. I'm going to look at the soundtracks and see if they're any good. So give me a top 5 series or movies that you like right now, no particular order.
Oh God, I'm really bad. I rewatch all my old stuff. Like I'm rewatching Cougar Town at the moment.
You rewatching?
Cougar Town. Do you remember that?
Yes.
I love it. I watch Gilmore Girls on repeat. I watch Vampire Diaries.
Oh, okay. That's three.
I watch all the old school shows.
All the old school
Um,
shows. Okay. I'm gonna go through the Vampire Diaries soundtrack this coming week and add some of those jams to my playlist. How about that?
oh, they will make you reminisce, girl.
All right. Thank you so very much, Zainab, for your time. The new week and do what you love and love what you do so that it makes it that much more fun. Have an amazing week. Happy September. Happy summer. Happy 50. Shout out. Bye.